Good morning, everyone. My thought for today is about the joy of blessings and the blessings of joy. Sounds a bit of a riddle, but there is real truth in the infectious, powerful, splendid gift of joy for both ourselves and for others. Sometimes it's hard to be joyful. Despair and disappointment are often the feelings that rise quicker to our thoughts, along with worry and fear for what lies ahead. Psalm 16 verse 11 says this: "You will show me the path that leads to life. Your presence fills me with joy and brings me pleasure forever." Let me read that again. It's a simple verse, but in the simplicity there is the awesome power of its truth. Psalm 16 verse 11 says, "You will show me the path that leads to life. Your presence fills me with joy and brings me pleasure forever." God's promised presence brings joy. Following His way for us leads us to life. In the midst of all things, we can see God's blessings. Johnson Oatman Jr., an American Methodist preacher of the 1800s, wrote the very famous hymn, "Count Your Blessings." The refrain, although I'm sure many of you know it, goes like this: "Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done." I love this hymn. Again, in its simplicity, there is the essence of joy. In our prayers today, perhaps we can list out our blessings in thankfulness. In order to do that, we have to stop and notice what brings us joy. Sometimes we can be surprised by what's on our list. For some, it will be birdsong, the sunshine, a beloved pet, the smile of a child, or a phone call from a friend. Taking time to notice the joy moments makes us glad, and it is a reminder that God is in the detail of our lives. Oatman writes in another verse of his hymn, "So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all." Isn't it a joy to know that God has got everything in hand? When we choose to let Him be in control, His presence and the blessings He bestows on us can simply flood our hearts with joy. When we are busy, we can often stumble right past them and get bogged down in the difficult sides of life. When we slow down and open our eyes to the gifts of the Father and follow Him on the path that He takes us, we will know the true presence and meaning of joy. As we count our blessings, we are called not to be silent, but to sing praises to our great God. Go on then, today, as you live life in the presence of the Father, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done.